What up, everybody? It's your boy Tommy Sotomayor coming at you live. And I've been on a kick. Maybe it's because it's the holiday season. Maybe it's because I'm sick. Maybe it's because I'm back home and I'm with my child and I see things a little different. But I know I've been on a little kick, but I have to do this video because I saw a quote which was attributed to Paul Walker, the actor who died in a car wreck. And that quote was that he said, "If speed kills me, don't cry." I was smiling. I also watched my man Tyrese tweet and talk about his feelings for Mr. Walker and how close they had grown and how much he'd be missed. And I don't know if you guys remember in my video talking about humanity and my mustard seed faith that I have left in it. And a lot of people call it the Bible reference in that. I mentioned how white people say this word, and I heard it when I was young, and I used to always make a joke out of it. But today verified after reading that quote, how serious they are and how great that attitude is. I was a little used to make fun of white people because white people would always say, when somebody died, they would say they died doing what they love. They would have a 9-year-old that died playing football, and they would be at the funeral laughing and talking about how that's what little Billy loved to do, run the football, and we know he died doing what he loved. And I couldn't understand it because every time I would go to a black funeral, I never heard that. I never heard black people refer to how their children died or how their relative died. You see black people at 99-year-old motherfuckers' funerals talking about they took him too soon, it's too soon. No. You're 99 years old. I stopped going to funerals. The last funeral I've been to I was 13. I have family members who will not speak to me because other family members died and I won't go. And the reason I won't go is because a friend of mine when I was 13, he died. His name was Trent Ryden. Trent died in front of us. We were playing basketball on the courts. He said, "I'm tired." I remember this to the day I die. He said, "I'm tired." And we were like, "Oh, nigga, you just tired of losing. Get on up and play." He said, "No, seriously." He started to walk towards the sideline and he fell face first, hit his face on the concrete, died in front of us. We lived in a bad neighborhood, so we called the police and the ambulance. They didn't show up till 45 minutes later. He was dead. So when people tell me, "You like a time and you don't know," but they didn't live how I live. Nobody has seen white people do more stuff to them than we have, than my group circle has. But I've also seen the difference between when you move. A lot of it is class economics. A lot of it doesn't matter when you're black. And I get that part as well. But I'm not going to sit and dwell on something that other people are doing in small pockets either. But what I do like is that, what I didn't like was when I went to that funeral, when I went to Trent's funeral, it was so sad that the people were falling out, being carried out of church. Now, I know I'll probably be beat down if something happened to my daughter. I know this. But I was seeing people who I knew had said they can't stand him. They don't like him. And those same people, "Well, this is a shame." I'm like, but why you didn't care about him just a couple weeks ago. And I said I never want to go to a funeral because it was fake and everybody was sad and I didn't want to see the people sad like that. But I watched white people. And I watched how when JFK was shot, they made his son go out there and get a salute to your daddy. I watched when JFK Jr. died and they stood up and they talked about how much he lived life to the fullest. And I noticed that a 40-year-old white man when he dies has outlived most 90-year-old black men when they die. 3 times over. And to hear this man tell people up front to foreshadow how he figured he would die when he said, If speed kills me, don't cry. I was smiling. Now, of course, you know he wasn't smiling when they lost control, but I'm pretty sure he and the brother who was driving the car, I'm pretty sure they were having a good time driving that car. I'm pretty sure the adrenaline was what was making them happy. And I noticed that a lot of white people died doing what they love. And a lot of us black people died doing stupid crap or nothing at all. And that's sad to me. That's sad because at what point do we as black people start living life to the fullest? I made a joke when I was at the Hoover Dam and I said, you know this was all white people built this. Well, no Negroes gonna do this. It's just too much on the line. No, I'm not climbing that. Every time you see somebody climb Mount Everest, what color are they? White. We not doing that. There's nothing up there. Lewis and Clark had to go to the west. We ain't going out there. I don't know what's out there. We live a feared life, black people. We fear a lot of things. I know a lot of brothers right now who live where I grew up at and have never left. They the king of the hood, but ain't never left. Me and my cousin talking about taking a trip to Panama over Christmas. He made me feel bad. He showed me his passport. He got 2 of them because the first one full. I've always liked his train of thought because he felt like he wanted. And you know what's really sad about him, and I don't hope he don't mind me telling the story. I won't say his name. We used to always make fun of him because he only date white chicks. He only date white chicks. He was a good man. He finally married a black woman, had 2 kids by that black woman. He had a house before he met that black woman. That black woman got his house and his car. And he stated publicly he'll never do it again. And I don't blame him. He never dated a black woman, decided he would marry one, and she took him to the cleaners. But he didn't let it stop him. And this is what makes me happy about him. He was sad and he was down for a couple of years. He got back up and he started doing the things he always wanted to do. And the reason why I went on that little trip was because I said, I want to see everything the United States of America has to offer. I want to go around. I want to do what white people do. I had white friends that sit up there, and one of them is you might have seen him in the newspaper. He golfing across the country, all the way from California. He just hitting the golf ball, and everywhere it lands, he gonna hit it till he get to the Atlantic Ocean. How many black folks would do that? How many black folks would do what I did? Or he running from the law. He running. Nobody would just keep going from hotel to hotel because he broke. Who go from hotel to hotel because they broke? Because I wanted to live life to the fullest. I wanted to be like Paul Walker. If anything happens to me, know that it was a big smile on my face before whatever happened. Because I was doing what I love. And what I'm here to do is encourage more of you black people to do what you love. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes the people around you happy. White folks be flying fucking airplanes, crashing into each other, and the people don't cry. What's wrong? Oh, it's sad that Mike's dead, but this is the way he wanted to go out. Look at how the space shuttle. Christy McCullough reached up to touch the face of God. White people make death seem like it's the next step. Because it is. Black people make death seem like, how the fuck did that happen? As if they just never expected that to happen. It's gonna happen. And ain't nobody more afraid of death than me. Nobody. I see death around the corner. Oh, I be scared. Wake up in the middle of the night. Am I dead? No, good. Let me go back to sleep. Every time we hit, let me tell you about black people and what's sad to me. Black people aren't sad that you died when you died. Let me be honest with you. Most black people are not sad that you died when you died. They're sad because it makes them get in touch with their mortality. This is why we make all kinds of excuses for why you died. so we can believe that we won't die. Oh, he died because he was smoking crack. Or he died because no, you're going to die too. And I guarantee you, Paul Walker, with all his money, never thought that he would die in such a violent manner. Most of us who are trying to just get cool with death, the one thing we don't want to do is die in a violent manner. That's one of my fears, but how can you stop it? This man burned to a damn crisp in a car. That's gonna be a shitty way to die. And then he said that his son, what the other ones, Rojas, his 8-year-old son comes to try to save him out of a burning vehicle. People couldn't do nothing because the car's on fire. That's a horrible death. And you say 40 is a young man. I say it too because I'm 38 in a couple of weeks. Yeah, in a week and a half. I believe it's young because I'll be 38. I believe it's young because I don't want to die. I hate looking in the mirror and see how I got crow's feet. See how my face look drier than it normally look. I hate looking in there and seeing all this gray and being like, oh man, I'm getting old. That's why I'm trying to knock somebody up in the next 3 years and get me a couple kids. I don't know. Midlife crisis. But I want to say that I did everything. I want a family. I want to say I did that. I don't want to live with regret. I would like I watch my homeboy and him getting on his knees and proposing to his girl and they getting ready to start a family. Envious I was. When my cousin showed me his passport, envious I was. When my friends talk about I went here, I went there, I did this, I did that, envious I am. My homeboy Mo pull out big ass books of when he was a baby. Look at when I was a baby. Look when I was 1. Look when I was 2. He got all these memories. Videotapes of when he played basketball. Do you know I have one picture of when I was a baby? I have no idea what I look like as a baby. Just that one old picture. One. I possess and have seen my whole life one baby picture. I don't know what I look like at 2. I don't know what I look like at 3. I don't know what I look like at 4. My mother didn't go and record any of me running around playing football, me running around playing the yard, because they didn't give a damn about their kids like that. And most black folks don't give a damn about their kids like that. And our kids grow up not thinking that they should do the same thing for their children. I get embarrassed every time I go over white folks' house, or I used to go over my girl's house, all this stuff, and they pull out volumes of photos. Look at me when I was 6. I'm 37, 38, and now I realize how much life I haven't lived. I have been so sheltered as a 37-year-old man. I didn't even get to travel until I started working for IBM. This is the first time I had traveled. I was afraid to get on a plane. I still fear getting on planes. I fear heights, but when me and my daughter got on that dadgum roller coaster ride and we were head down holding each other, but I wanted her to live life. I don't want my daughter to feel life like I did, like I do. It was so exhilarating to be on the Hoover Dam and be in all that open space. It was so cool to be in Vail, Colorado and be on top of that mountain. I need to put that video up. All of these things were so beautiful when I traveled the country that I cannot wait to travel the other way around. Hopefully we can get through shooting the movie before summer. I'm going the other way around and I'm gonna meet all y'all. People say, why do you travel without bodyguards? Because I wanna go being happy. I'm happy when I meet y'all. I haven't met anybody that was just a bad person. Even the girl that wanted some money. She was a okay person until she wanted some money. I've enjoyed meeting people. I love talking to people. You guys are the reason I get up every day. Get up to talk to you. If I were to have a heart attack right here doing this, I would be doing what I love to do, which is communicating with people and giving people the voices that they didn't have. You have guys telling me that they were able to say things to people that they used to couldn't say simply from watching me. You have women who say, I stopped hanging out with other groups of women simply from watching you. These things warm my heart and they make me happy. I want people to say he died doing what he loved. Not he died doing what he could. And most of us black people, we die a nondescript death. Think about it. How many of your parents, forefathers, uncles, cousins, nephews, whatever in the hell, how many of them died in a glorious death? How many people do you know that died a 300 death? You know, the movie 300. How many people do you know have died a death like the man in the Independence Day? Or just died a death like these young boys who got cancer? These young white, look what the white kids with cancer do. They go out and they get to skate with Wayne Gretzky. They get to skydive. They do all that before they die at 9. Their wish is to live life. The black kids with cancer sit in the house and hope somebody gonna give them a bone marrow transplant and die in the process. I'm asking you, black, white, whatever. White people already got it. So when people ask why isn't he talking to white people get it. And y'all tell me if y'all have ever heard white people say he died doing what he loved, she died doing what she loved. White people lose their fucking sight. I saw a video the other day of a white boy who had cancer, and the cancer, they had to take out both his damn eyes. All that boy wanted to do was see a USC game, and he was smiling the whole damn time, talking and couldn't see a thing. 10 years old. Now he's 16, trying to play football for the USC Trojans, being a long snapper, because he said, I want to still play football even though I can't see. And he's trying to get on at USC. He played high school football being a long snapper, and he can't see a thing because he lost both his eyes to cancer. But he ain't crying, he ain't bitching, he ain't moaning. He's making sure he live his life to the fullest. And all I'm going to ask all you black people, no matter who the hell you are, no matter what it is you think about me or whatever it is I say, from this day forward, live your life. Go out and enjoy it. Expound on the damn knowledge you have. Expand on the things you've seen and that you know. Let the world be your playground until the day you lay down. That's a Thomasism. Let me write that shit down. Let the world be your playground until the day you lay down. I'm Tommy Sotomayor. Go out and explore.